This is Play NHL, a presentation of the Sports Crafters, airing on BOA.tv, and is an EA Sports NHL 15 simulation of what could happen in today's featured game of the National Hockey League.
If it's Saturday night, that means it's hockey night in the NHL. I am Eric Munter, Sports Crafter for EA Sports NHL 15. Join me for tonight's featured game of the National Hockey League. An Original Six matchup here tonight from the Air Canada Centre in Toronto, where I, Eric Munter, will be playing as the host Maple Leafs against the Detroit Red Wings. Puck deflected onto the stick of the captain, Dion Phaneuf, led up and ahead for Phil Kessel. Kessel lays it on back to Pollock, turned it over, and the Red Wings move into the Toronto end. Out in front of feed, looking for Datsuk, didn't get onto his stick. Datsuk curls, sends it up high. Shot on net is stopped by Bernier off the stick of Zetterberg. Out of the corner, Nyquist scores! Too easy and quickly. The Detroit Red Wings have a 1-0 lead. There was way too much free ice for the top line of the Detroit Red Wings to be zooming around in the Toronto end. Gustav Nyquist ends up finishing it off. Zetterberg and Datsuk pick up the assists. Feed out in front, saved there by Bernier. As Franzen's line now looks to keep it in gear, but Clarkson for the Toronto Maple Leafs moves ahead. Clarkson, Kadri shoots just wide of the net. Howard got a piece of that. Kadri to the point, Robida. Now Gardner shoots and it hit off of Kadri. Franzen to Quincy. Quincy breaks it out on the left side, it's Tatar. Tatar sent it in behind the net, Darren Helm picks it up. He's shoved off the puck. Toronto will break it out now on a skating play, it's Lupul. Lupul is 1-on-2, waiting for teammates as they change. Lupul, backside feed, weakly tried to get it to Kessel, but it's Danny DeKaiser, who broke that up and skates ahead. DeKaiser on the right wing, looking to get to the net, drops it back, a shot on net is blocked. Off the blocker arm there of Jonathan Bernier. Pollock, down low, leads it to Tyler Bozak. 2-on-2, Toronto moves into Detroit's end. Bozak in the slot, shoots, deflected onto Jimmy Howard. And a little bit of bumping and shoving in the crease there. Had that puck gone in, it would have been a controversial call, to say the least. At least had it counted. Leafs look to break out. James Van Riemsdyk with a leg up on a couple wings, up and ahead, shoots, and it's off the blocker of Jimmy Howard. Van Riemsdyk still with the puck, looks to wrap out, he does! Save again, Howard. Puck along the boards, taken by the Red Wings. Nyquist, he's tripped up, and that's going to be a penalty. With 9.2 to go in the first, Phil Kessel will get the minor penalty. Face off all the way down in Toronto's end to the left of their netminder. Won by the Maple Leafs, but Detroit is first on the puck. Fed out in front, backhand play in front, stopped there by Bernier. Cleared to the line, Bozak all the way back down, and that'll do it for the first period. 1-0 Detroit. 5-4 the shots in the opening period in favor of the visiting Detroit Red Wings. Face-off at center is ready to go, and the second period is just underway. Smith to Franzen, Detroit on the power play, after that late first period penalty taken by Phil Kessel. Point shot blocked out in front, rebound chances there, taken by Dion Phaneuf and cleared. Back into the Toronto end though, on a broken play. Pollock sends it up ahead, it's Komarov. He's into the zone, takes a shot just wide of the net. Tyler Bozak, looking open man in front, can't get it to him. Picked up though by Bozak again. Flicked on net, he scores! Shorthanded goal ties the game at 1. A broken play in the high slot. Bozak took advantage and knotted this game even at 1 shorthanded. Toronto back into Detroit's end. Shorthanded, but they turned it over. Now up in the head, it's Darren Helm. Helm with speed, drops Smith. Nyquist with a chance, denied. Played down the ice and out of the box is Kessel. Phil Kessel holds, waits, now shoots, it's blocked by Smith. Up to Zetterberg, ahead to Darren Helm. Helm moving in, a lot of ice for him, but it's poked off his stick. Cody Franzen now. Left side feed, looking for Lupul, it's broken up by Zetterberg. Now a 2-on-1 for the Detroit Red Wings. Held up, held in now. Cronwall across, Smith with a shot, didn't get on net. Cody Franzen to Clarkson. Clarkson 2-on-2 in. He shoots just wide of the glove of Jimmy Howard. Puck down low and free. Cronwall takes it. Led to Nyquist. He shoved, turned it over. Fed up into the high slot. Jimmy Howard now plays it into the corner out of danger. Nick Cronwall behind the net. Turned it over. Taken by Toronto again. Back to the point. Dion Phaneuf let one go. He scores! But it's waved off. Orr is going to get a goaltender interference penalty and negate Toronto's what seemed like was going to be a good goal. But Colton Orr ran into the Detroit netminder, and it'll be the Red Wings who get a power play. 3 shots on their first man advantage of the night. They win the draw here and establish possession. Point shot is blocked. Bozak led it over to Komarov. These two teamed up for the only goal for Toronto on the night, which was also shorthanded. Quincy takes the puck away from his netminder, Howard. It's now Jonathan Ericsson leading the rush for the Red Wings. Ericsson to the boards, it's Tatar. Thomas Tatar had it fling off a defenseman and out to center. Detroit regroups, it's Kyle Quincy now. Quincy, couple players run into each other in the Detroit end, and now the Red Wings break into Toronto's side. Ericsson, look, centers in front, Franzen denied, played off to Polak. He clears it off a Red Wing. Open man on the backside. Datsuk can't get it to him though. Quincy has the puck. Found Tatar. Out in front, taken by Bozak now. Komarov moves up for Toronto. They kill another one. Komarov over and across. It's Orr. He scores! Out of the box into the net. Colton Orr. 2-1 Maple Leafs. Orr was left all alone in the high slot with no one around him, and just blasted that, past the stick side of Jimmy Howard. Detroit now playing from behind for the first time tonight. Jakob Kindl with a chance, and a good stick there broke that attempt up. Toronto tries to break out. Here's Orr again. Orr into the Detroit end, sends it in behind the net. Detroit gets there first. It's Smith playing to Jakob Kindl. Now to Stephen Weiss. Weiss to Dan Cleary. Cleary on the left wing, pulls up, waits, shoots! Saved by Jonathan Bernier. Santorelli to Ashton now with under a minute to play in the second. David Clarkson, he makes a move, holds up. Clarkson over, looking for Stefan Robida. Robida to Jake Gardner, 5 seconds left. He shoots, it just goes wide. Off the boards, shooting on net block. Ashton a chance, and it's off the side of the goal. The horn sounds. We go to the third, 2-1 Maple Leafs. The shot margin is 1 in favor of the Detroit Red Wings, 9-8. The goal margin is 1, 2-1 in favor of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Detroit wins the opening draw of the third period and dumps it into Toronto's end. Maple Leafs first on that puck, and it's broken out now. James Van Riemsdyk, Tyler Bozak. Bozak, high slot. Bozak shoots, scores! 3-1 Toronto! Tyler Bozak from James Van Riemsdyk and Polak, and the Toronto Maple Leafs have a 2-goal lead. The first such lead of the night for either team, obviously, as Detroit just has one. Nazem Kadri to David Clarkson. Clarkson peels it over to Robida. Robida shot! Didn't get through. Was blocked by a Leaf in front who was trying to deflect. Now Thomas Tatar in on the left side, takes a hit as he dumps. Robida takes the puck for the Leafs. Tries to break it out, but turns it over to Franzen. Franzen down low in front. Great save by Jonathan Bernier. Lupul now works it to Kadri. Nazem Kadri in. Tried to play it off to a left winger moving in, but didn't get it off to him. Franzen for the Detroit Red Wings is into the zone. Franzen ran into several Leafs. Turned the puck over. And now it's Joffrey Lupul. Lupul gets into Detroit's end. Finds a trailer looking for Kadri. Puck comes to Pavel Datsuk. Datsuk to Gustav Nyquist, who had the first goal of the hockey game and the only goal of the game for the Detroit Red Wings thus far. Toronto trying to break it out. Kessel up and ahead to Bozak. Bozak back to Kessel. Kessel shoots. It's blocked into the corner. Kessel along the wall. Tied up by the Detroit Red Wings. Leafs trying to gain possession, and they do. Kessel into the slot. Shoots. It's blocked. Cronwell was there with the skate. Now it's Zetterberg with under 3 minutes to play in the third. He's laid out with a big hit. Toronto. Kessel to Bozak. Approaching 1 minute left in regulation. Across. Van Riemsdyk is in. Saved by Howard. Bozak at the side of the net. Couldn't get it to go. Nyquist for the Detroit Red Wings. Red Wings now with the extra man on as they pull their netminder. Toronto, though, in full possession. It's James Van Riemsdyk looking to get to the empty net. Flings it towards the goal and wide. Jonathan Ericsson for Detroit as they regroup. Zetterberg to Nyquist. Nyquist up ahead, Pavel Datsyuk. Datsyuk holds, drops to Justin Abdelkader, it's blocked. And it actually broke the stick of Nyquist. Here's Lupul moving ahead to the empty net, scores! 4-1, Maple Leafs over the Red Wings. Joffrey Lupul seals the deal in this one. Kessel and Polak get the assists. And it's a 4-1 lead for the Maple Leafs. Score! A point blast for good measure, and it's 5-1 Maple Leafs. Cody Franzen just let one fly. Daniel Winnick and Kamarov assist. And Jimmy Howard, in an odd situation, gives up his 4th goal of the game with an empty netter sandwiched in between a couple of legitimate ones. Backhand in front, Miller scores! A goal-scoring explosion in the final seconds of this hockey game. It's now 5-2 Leafs. Drew Miller. So Detroit gets themselves back on the board.
Detroit goal scored by number 20.
As time ticks down in this one, a collision along the near side boards. DeKaiser gets the puck to Quincy. Up and ahead to Yurka, who dumps in. And the game ends decidedly in favor of Toronto by a final score, 5-2 over the Red Wings. Thank you for joining me for today's featured game. Be sure to subscribe and comment to let me know who your favorite team is and what game you'd like to see. Also, don't forget to go out and get EA Sports NHL 15 for your gaming console. And of course, be sure to join me for another game at another time.
The proceeding has been brought to you by EA Sports NHL 15. Catch all new simulations of featured games from Play NHL on the Sports Crafters, airing on www.boa.tv.